Facebook.com/@IAMWADEHEINEMAN. This is my third attempt, July 5th, 2024, of trying to record audio. I've recorded 2 audios and my phone would not put it on my camera roll or wouldn't make it available for YouTube. So it's my third attempt. They were both over 10 minutes long. So I've been home all day and night, July 3rd, 4th, 5th. This is the 5th. And I had originally posted on x.com/WADES2ND that I was home on the 2nd. I was not home on the 2nd. I was home most of the time on 2nd, but I was gone for a while on the 2nd. Frauds have stolen receipts out of my car recently, out of my Prius. I haven't been recording receipts because after years of doing it, I'm still in the same position as far as the frauds still getting away with what they're getting away with. I don't know how they can, because I still don't even know who they are, but they still somehow, because there's a bunch of them that are, helping each other out, they're able to hold on apparently, and now they're stealing receipts out of my car. It's my car. I paid cash for it April 5th, and it is my red Prius in my name. There's no one else associated with it, but the frauds again put their digital technology in the car so they can surveil me inside it, and the rocks that I put in it, they try and claim that they were theirs because I put them down on the floor by my feet every time I go gather new ones. And apparently they had surveillance in the car and claimed that it was them putting the rocks in there. It's me putting the rocks in there. They're stealing them for 2 weeks. Again, I have no connection to anybody work-wise or employment-wise or business-wise since April 2018. These guys with the empty trucks and trailers keep driving by again. I have never had any connection to them. I want them all rounded up and thrown in prison if they claimed any connection to me. I haven't driven my father's dually and trailer in 2 years. My father continues to drive it around. I saw he went and picked up his skid loader the other day with it. He's coming back from that, and my mother was following him in her gold CRV. I have not driven that for 2 years, so on the road. So if someone else has, my father stores that vehicle at a different farm most of the time. And it is not me at the red and white barn home. It was indicated that it was me driving to the red and white barn home with the skid loader. That's my father. He's 83 years old. I don't live at the red and white barn home. I haven't stayed at the red and white barn home. At one time since 2017, I was in the garage 2 days for Christmas 2 years ago because it was really cold. And I was in the shed there one night for repairing my Chevy Venture, which I signed over to my mother because of bills that, like utility bills and stuff that I had owed her in the past. There's a criminal named Jerry that followed me into Fairbank Library in 2016. He is a meth head, and he may have tried to portray that he was my father, Jerry, or that he was connected to me in some way. He was never connected to me in any way. He's a meth head. I've never had any connection to him. There's people that portray that they're part of my family that aren't. The only people I've had any communication with personally in the last 5 years are my parents, Jerry and Lois, at the Red and White Barn Home, who are 83 and 82 years old. And that's the only people I've talked to on the phone. July 3rd, 4th, 5th, I've been home by myself in the 55-foot mobile home. I've not had a single person in my home since 2016, not one time. Anytime it's been portrayed that I had any person in my home since 2016, it's the frauds breaking in after I leave home or while I'm asleep and putting someone in here and staging lies or stealing or, doing whatever they're doing in here. And many indications it's gay sex when I leave home. It's not me doing it. I haven't had no sexual contact, no sexual or physical contact in 6+ years. And I've not had sex in longer than that due to this state of my life, these shitheads torturing my life. So, and I noted right at about 11, the first time I recorded the audio, that a Polaris UTV drove by, and two fat guys were harassing me from it, two fat white guys. I ran out toward the road, but I never got out all the way. They were gone by the time I got out there. So I never had any interaction with them, but just told them to get the hell out of here because they were driving by real slow, harassing me and stuff. It's the first, thing that happened to me today after I fed the cats. I woke up about 11 a.m. I've been here again. I thought originally that I was home all day, and the second, I think I just accidentally put the wrong date on my X account, and then I read that and was transferring that to my audio here. I've been home all day and night, July 3rd, 4th, 5th, and the second I was gone to get food and gas, I think on the second. But I'm here by myself as usual. The only people I've communicated with on the phone or in any way, 3rd, 4th, or 5th, is my mother and the bank. And there goes a fraud in a gold SCRV just now. There's a fraud in a gold CRV that drives around here, has no connection to me. My mother has a gold CRV, a 2006 gold CRV my mother has. It's a dark gold one. And there's a criminal fraud that drives around here with a gold CRV too. I have no connection to them. But there's people that pretend to be my family that aren't. And I've had absolutely no business connections or work connections since April 2018. I've not sold any of these rocks. I've not advertised any of the rocks that I have. And I want to mention to get some of the valuable rocks in one of my blue bags, I emptied out my blue bag last night, and it had a bunch of old phones that I had gotten between 2016 and 2015, 2016 and 2022, because I couldn't figure out how to keep the frauds out of my digital devices. So I was buying lots of cheap phones and just trying new things to try and keep them out of my digital devices. And I wasn't able to. And eventually, now I've had these two phones that I switched SIM card between, same SIM card, the last 6 months to a year. I don't know how long it's been now, getting close to a year. I think I've only had these two phones. I tried to buy a 5G phone, but it was just too much trouble a week or two ago, and the big huge Islander guy was doing some nefarious things at U.S. Cellular. I don't know what he was doing, but I never even activated the phone. I went in there to return it, and he activated the phone and was messing around with it in U.S. Cellular the day, as I noted. So that guy's acted strange before. When I go in there, I have no connection to him in any way whatsoever. I've talked to him friendly, but I was suspicious the other day when I was returning the phone. When I brought it in, put it in front of him, said I want to return this, and put the receipt in front of him, and then he activated the phone and was messing around with it. And he's like, "Oh, I messed up, and I don't know if I can reverse this and all this." Now I was like, how can you get that wrong? I put the receipt in front of you, the box and the phone. I say I want to return it, and he activates the phone and then deactivated my current phone, and then he had to reactivate my current phone. So then he got the IMEI number off my current phone. So that's why I said, the frauds could have switched my phone in between, and now he deactivated my actual phone and put on this phone that could have been switched by the frauds. I was pretty pissed off about it in U.S. Cellular and O-Line that day that I returned that phone. But did I say already on this audio, I can't remember, that they stole receipts out of my car? And I don't do receipts anymore because I'm just frustrated with, doing it for years, and it's gotten me nowhere as far as proving that I am Wade Allen Heineman, still here, half mile north of Fairbank, Iowa on V68. 10.7-inch hands, green eyes, not blue, 6'1", 52 years old, circumcised 1971, no changes since that time. I'm still here by myself. No visitors at all, nobody in my home since 2016. Now I'm repeating things because I don't remember what I've said on this audio because I've recorded 3 of them now today. But no date romance relationship in 9 years. It's July 5th, 2024. No sexual contact in 6+ years. No friendship since 2016. No alcohol consumption in the last, since August of 2022. Never been into drugs. I've never, ever been into drugs. I don't do prescription drugs. I don't have any prescriptions. I don't do illegal drugs. Never had any connection to any drug trafficking or drug distribution. It was indicated I had a machine gun. That's ridiculous. I never even had a handgun or rifle in my life. They're trying to depict me with a machine gun. It's all bullshit lies if that was depicted. But that was, I didn't even, the indication was like a couple weeks ago. I didn't even take it seriously because I can't imagine that people would believe I would have a machine gun. But I never had a machine gun. I've never had a handgun. I've never had a rifle in my entire life. None of those things. I've never tried to buy a gun in my entire life. I had a deer hunting shotgun. I believe the frauds may have stolen because I haven't seen it in years. So I haven't had a gun in my hand in years. Didn't go deer hunting the last 7-8 years. Probably it's been since I went deer hunting, maybe longer than that. I don't know. I lost interest in almost everything that I used to be interested or used to do prior to 2017 because of all the staged lies and torture in my life. And I haven't done anything wrong. I'm the one being targeted, and I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong to anybody. I have PTSD, and I vent my frustrations, and my language keeps getting worse. But I haven't done anything to anybody. I haven't done anything wrong to deserve anything that has happened to me in the last 10 years. Nothing. So, Wade Allen Heineman is my name. I have no connection to anyone. There's not a second person. All my photos are me. I did puff up for a couple days, 3 days ago, because stress, and I believe somebody put some kind of poison in something that I consumed, which I have noted already, and I've been eating poorly. I can't get good rest because of the frauds breaking into my car and home while I slept 11 out of 14 days. To justify by what, I don't know. Maybe this lie that I had a machine gun so they could steal all the valuable or many of the valuable rocks I had. I did condense the valuable rocks that I have left, which is I believe less than half of them, into my blue bag and other places last night. So it's harder for them to steal anything while I'm asleep. But that's why I emptied the blue bag, and I had pictures of my grandparents and my Loris college transcript for one class in there, and a bunch of old receipts, which I was going to burn last night, and I forgot to. So if the fraud stole any really old receipts from that box, I was going to burn that today, and I didn't get to it last night out of that blue bag that I'd been toting around, which had old devices of mine, again, since 2016 to 2022 or so, 2021, 2022, because I was trying to figure out how to keep them out of my digital devices. So I was buying new devices all the time, trying to figure out, because once they compromised one of them, it seemed like I couldn't get them out of it. So I would buy a new one, and that's what I was doing. It wasn't buying burner phones, as was indicated. That's they trying to depict I'm doing the wrong thing as they're compromising my digital devices and such. But never been in the military, never been married, not had any connection to anybody on a motorcycle in 10 years, not any connection to anybody in the military for 20 years, other than my father, who is in the National Guard in the 60s and 70s. He's 83 years old. I've never been in the military. I've never been married. I've not ridden a motorcycle since 1996. No date romance relationship in 9 years. No friendship since 2016. I know I'm repeating myself with some of these things, but this is the third attempt of doing an audio today. Never tried to contact a minor, never tried to chat with a minor, never tried to view a minor, never had sex with a minor in my entire 52 years of life. And I've never been convicted of a felony in 52 years, and I've never been accused of a violent crime in 52 years. 52 years of life, never been accused of a violent crime, never been convicted of a felony in 52 years of life. So, does that say something about my proclivities of being violent? The only people I have violent thoughts about are those who destroy my life with staged lies and breaking into my home and stealing my life. I can't live a life for 10 years, which is pretty normal to have violent thoughts about people like that, even though I don't know who the cowards are. I know one of them rides a motorcycle, one of them drives a semi, I believe, and there's various other ones. And I believe those guys are white. The skinny black woman with bushy hair that calls herself a teacher since 2016, trying to steal my theory of the universe ideas, or any other of my ideas, my earth science, meteor theories, my poems, blogs, inventions. I don't know who any of these frauds are, which is a big part of the PTSD when the entire public will not tell you who the frauds are trying to steal your life. And I've had absolutely no knowledge of my son, my only known child, Austin, who's 28 years old, pale white skin, no knowledge of his life in the last 10 years. And he's never used the last name Heineman. So whoever that is that used the last name Heineman and Austin together, it's not my son. I have a cousin has a son named Austin too. That's not my son. It's my cousin's son. So, and they're similar age, but I'm going to sign off. YouTube.com/@IAM WADEHEINEMAN, July 5th, 2024. Still half mile north of Fairbank, Iowa on V68 afternoon today. Been home all day, July 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or July 3rd, 4th, 5th. July 2nd, I was gone for a little while getting food and mail and such. Signing off. No connection, no work connection or business connection to anyone since April 2018.